So there's another embarrassing thing that you know about me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a sit down chit chat with you. I am talking about the recovery at home after my hip surgery. I have a video out explaining my hospital journey with my PAO surgery for my hip, and now I'm just going to do probably a short little follow-up for the different things that I use that were helpful for me in my recovery at home, and just explaining a little bit of the things that happened to me, just to maybe hopefully help you out when you recover from your surgery. All right, so you know from my last video that I had my surgery in June, and I was going to school with a cane by September. So I was recovering for the whole summer, and I spent a little bit of it on 2 crutches, in a wheelchair, using 1 crutch, and then finally down to the cane, and then no support at all. So this is obviously in Canada, and I don't know how all of the health support systems work in the States, but I'm gonna share how I got the things that I used. We rented a hospital bed, we rented a wheelchair, and we purchased a shower chair and a raised toilet seat. All of those things really helped my recovery. You don't need all of those things, but if you can, I would suggest trying to get them because they really just were helpful. So we had to purchase crutches before my surgery because you have to take your own crutches to the hospital to use there. Okay, so we rented the hospital bed and the wheelchair from what's called SAIL. It is, let me get my handy dandy paper here. It is Saskatchewan Aids to Independent Living. So of course that's in Saskatchewan. I don't know if there's other programs like this in other provinces, but I did do a little bit of Googling, and I found that you can rent in the States, you can rent hospital beds and wheelchairs using Medicare. Again, I don't know how that all works, but if you have the insurance to do that, I would highly do that. Then we bought the shower chair and the elevated toilet seat just from a medical equipment store in Regina. So literally the elevated toilet seat is just like a solid plastic piece that you put on top. It fits on the toilet, and then it's removable, highly maneuverable, and you just put it on for when you need to go so that you don't have to go down as low to the toilet seat because you can't really bend that well at the beginning. And then the shower chair was just really helpful because it's just safer to be able to sit in the shower rather than standing, using only pretty much one leg because you're still not really weight bearing on your operative leg. So those are the 4 pieces of equipment that I really highly suggest that you try to get if you can. They just really helped me. They made everything a lot easier because the hospital bed, of course you couldn't move your feet up, move your head up, just change the layout of your bed to fit what was comfortable for you, because for me, I changed pretty much like every night what was comfortable for me, what side to sleep on and what position and everything. It changes daily, or it did for me almost, and so it's just helpful to be able to easily fit your comfort zone. And the wheelchair, obviously you don't need it, but it was just handy to do that when I was out for the whole day, because you can get really tired using crutches for a long period of time. So it's nice to just be able to sit for a little bit, take a break, and have people pushing you around, or you can wheel yourself. For our household setup, my parents live in a 4-level split, so we just had all of my needs on one level. We made the one level my bedroom basically, with the hospital bed and everything, and there was a TV in there, and it was on the same floor as the bathroom, so I didn't have to go up any stairs to get anything. Although I was able to, because you saw in my last video that I had to be able to use crutches going up and down stairs in order to leave the hospital. So I was fully capable, and I did it sometimes when I wanted to go up to the kitchen to see people, but I didn't have to do it if I didn't want to. And that made it just a lot easier and a lot safer, because my mom had to go back to work, so I was home alone sometimes eventually, so it's just a lot safer so you don't potentially fall. Recovering at home was good. I do suggest that you maybe develop a hobby or just continue on with a hobby that you already have, just to keep yourself busy, because I was laying in bed for a lot of the time. So just to keep your mind preoccupied and keep yourself busy so you're not just laying around being really bored all day. So I did watch TV like Netflix or something, but you know, when you get bored of that, it's nice to do something productive. I ended up taking a summer class for university, and that was okay. I maybe might not do that if I had to do it over again, just because it takes a lot of concentration, and you know, you're kind of sleeping a lot in the first little bit while you're healing. I would just maybe do more of a fun, light-spirited type of activity like knitting or creating something, maybe something creative rather than educational. But it was fine. It took my mind off of being in bed the whole day. So I mentioned that you're sleeping a lot, and that was very true for me, because like your body's going through a major healing process and it's using all of its energy at that one location, so you're just tired and sleeping a lot. And so that's also why I suggest like having a comfortable bed that can make you comfortable, or having pillows needed to put in between your legs or wherever. Just make sure that you have a comfortable setup, because you are probably going to be laying in bed for a lot of the day. I mean, you do need to get up and walk around, practice moving quite a bit, but the rest of the time you're just laying. And for me, for keeping up with medication, I had to wake up in the middle of the night to take my pain meds. I don't know how well of a pain tolerance you guys have, but for me, I do have a high pain tolerance, but I still needed to make sure I was taking my pain meds on time, because it's always better to be kind of proactive rather than reactive. You need to stay ahead of the pain rather than trying to catch up. So there was one night that I didn't wake up. I was starting to like heal and feel better, and I didn't think that I needed to wake up in the night to take my meds. I did. I should have, because in the morning when I woke up, I was in a lot of pain, and it took the whole day to try to control it again. So just be on track. I wrote it down what time I took each pain med, because I alternated. I can't even remember all of what I had, like some T4s or something. I don't even remember. But I wrote it down to keep track of which ones I was taking at what time. And with taking pain meds, as it was kind of mentioned in my last video, that can have an effect on your bowel movements. So I experienced a lack of bowel movement in the hospital, as I said in my other video, and then also when I got home. So I needed to use a suppository again. Like, I hated it the first time, but then I needed it again at home, and I had to give it to myself. So there's another embarrassing thing that you know about me. You just do what you can and what you need to do to keep you comfortable. So like, I was over it. I was in so much pain from not going to the bathroom that I was like, I don't even care. I just need to give myself this suppository so I can go to the bathroom and be comfortable again. So again, on the topic of keeping comfortable, the clothing that I wore, luckily it was summertime, so I was wearing a lot of maxi dresses. I did not want anything touching this area or being tight, obviously, on my scar. So I wore maxi dresses, big flowy dresses all summer long pretty much. And then eventually, as my incision started to heal, I wore like sweat shorts, sweatpant material in shorts, or just sweatpants with loose elastic bands, waistbands. Basically just wearing as loose of clothing as possible. Also, I wore nightgowns to sleep in, just a long t-shirt or whatever. I had a few of those that I rotated through. You just want to keep it loose and comfortable down there, nothing restricted for like the whole time while your scar is healing or your incision is healing. It's whatever your tolerance is. So now moving topics to physio. I believe that I was given a referral to my local physiotherapist from my surgeon, I think, but either way, you just need to get in touch with your local physiotherapist and say what's going on. You can go to your local doctor because they should be up to date on what's happening with you, and they can refer you to physio if needed. Either way, you gotta get your physio situation sorted out because you have to keep doing that when you get home. And that is super annoying. I really didn't like doing physio, as I said in my last video. And I did not keep up with it for as long as I should have, like I said before. And now I have like muscle discomfort from probably not building up the muscle as I needed to. They just were annoying to do, but you need to do them. I know I keep saying how annoying they are. Maybe I'm just being over dramatic, but I didn't like it. But you need to do it, I'm telling you. I'm being a hypocrite here. I didn't do it, but I'm telling you to do it so you don't end up like me with sore muscle in that area 5 years later. So as I progressed with physio and everything, I'll tell you my progression through my walking aids. So from the time I got home at the end of June to about middle of July, I was using a wheelchair for a lot of my outings. I'd always bring my crutches, but I'd leave them in the car or just hold them across the top of my wheelchair as somebody was pushing me. And bring a pillow, actually. That's pretty handy to be sitting on a little pillow, just to be able to adjust yourself to make it comfortable to sit for as long as you need to be sitting. And also for going to restaurants, like bringing a pillow to sit on those chairs, it's very helpful. Seems kind of inconvenient and awkward, but I mean, your comfort level should be like top priority for you at this point. So do what you need to do to keep comfortable while living your life. Like, don't not go to a restaurant because you're in a wheelchair or you need to bring a pillow to sit comfortably on a chair. Like, still do those things and advocate for yourself and just do it. Do what you need to do. And so after the wheelchair, I was pretty much out of the wheelchair by mid-July. Like, I didn't really need it. I was getting stronger in my arms and I was getting a little bit more weight bearing too on my operative leg. And so I was using both crutches for a month or so until mid-August, when I went back to Calgary for my post-op appointment, and they said I was healing really great, just like they wanted, and then I could go down to using one crutch. And so yeah, from then on I was using one crutch, and actually, yeah, like I said, by beginning of September, I was using a cane to go to school instead of a crutch. So that was nice. We borrowed a cane from my grandma, and also buying crutches, we bought ours secondhand, like from Facebook Marketplace or something. You know, you don't need the top of the line for everything. It's just whatever you can get a hold of. All right, so down to stuff that nobody really talks about, having sex. So, or any activity really. I was not doing any activities during my recovery. I'm pretty sure I didn't actually even start doing physical activity like working out or jogging or anything for like a very long time after that, just because I'm lazy like that. But if you're an active person, like, speak with your doctor about how soon you can go back to doing those activities. I wasn't really active during university, therefore I had nothing really to get back to. But also sex, they obviously recommend you wait until until your hip is like back in place and starting to heal, like the bone is healing. Again, it's all comfort level. I was never specifically given a timeline, I don't think. I keep on saying 6 weeks, but that's for like people that had just had a baby. It's recommended to wait 6 weeks. So I don't even know what the timeline was for me, if I was even given one. But it's up to your comfort level, and like adjust to your comfort and pain tolerance level. Like, don't do anything that's going to put you in discomfort. But anyway, you do get through it, you do get back to it, whatever. It's just, nobody really talks about that. So, but you just wait until you're comfortable and not in pain while doing that. So yeah, always talk with your doctor and trust the process, I guess. All right, so I think I've answered most of the questions that I have received DMs about. And so I hope that these answer your questions too that you might have. But if you have any more questions, just comment or DM me, whatever, and I'm happy to talk with you about anything and give you advice if I can, or maybe you'll teach me something. Who knows? I love this open dialogue and the people that I've met through posting my first hip video, and it's really exciting to know that there are other people going through this, and I hope that I can be a little bit of help to them during this journey, because it's kind of scary, but it's also totally worth it. I hope that you liked this video. I hope it helped you, gave you a little bit of insight. Hopefully it didn't scare you at all. I don't think I said anything scary. But also comment down below if you've had any experiences with PAO or hip dysplasia. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos to come. See you in the next one. Bye guys.